Today's video is sponsored by TACTICALXMEN.com. Yes, the awesome people over there at TACTICALXMEN.com has sent your boy a couple of sights. And boy, are they awesome looking. So I'm going to review one of them today and leave the other one for a separate video. So I'm not even going to show you what's in this. Let's open this one, because this is the one that excites me the most. Nice. Comes with its own case. And a cloth for cleaning the lens, batteries, an Allen key as you can see there, and some spares. Do you know, I've always been a fan of this sight, and if you've known my channel for a while, you will know I've already reviewed something almost identical to this. The reason why I say almost identical is because the first one didn't have that beautiful extra on top. Would you look at that beauty? Gorgeous. Now, disclaimer, it's not made by that company. It's a replica, like a lot of Airsoft guns. But it's a blooming good one. Would you look at that? And just in case you're thinking this is a dummy on the top right here, because look, there's no actual lens. No, this is an actual cover. Beautiful. Look at that bad boy. Shall I spit some bars? I got scopes in London. I got scope. Of course not. I'm only joking. Now, before I take you around this awesome looking piece, please note it is full metal. And also please note, the real version that this is fashioned after will cost you thousands, okay? So keep that in mind when you see the price of this. Now, first thing I need to do is to get the battery in there. So you do that by unscrewing this right there. You do get the battery, as I showed you earlier. You just pop that in, like that. Pop this back on. Okay, now the battery is already installed in this. Now it's a two-stage switch, so you will go from a standard red dot to a bright red dot. So let me first switch it to the first position. And if you just take a look there, you should see it. There you go, can you see that? Now it's quite bright in here, there you go, that's better. That's your first one. Now, I'll tell you this now, on camera, that may look like it's bleeding a lot around the dot. But when I look into it with my actual eye, it looks a bit better than what you're seeing on screen right now. Now that's the first position, so let me just crank this up. There you go, look. So again, on camera, it looks like it's bleeding a lot around the actual red dot, but when you look through it using your naked eye, it isn't as bad as you're seeing it there, but it is effective. But personally, I would keep it on the lower setting, much better. And then we move to the main part of this sight itself, which is also illuminated, hence the reason why a battery has been put in there. So if I spin it around again, let's see if we can get this on camera. Sometimes it's quite hard to replicate this on a camera. So let me just show you from the side first. You turn it towards the 0 and beyond for the green setting, or the other way towards the plus symbols for your red setting. So the first one I'm going to go for is the red. So let me just turn it down to the first setting and let's see if we can pick this up on camera. It's going to be quite difficult. I tell you what, this camera has a little light built into it as well. Let me just turn that off and I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. So what you're looking at there is this scope on its 1x setting. Let me just quickly tell you as well, on a lot of these clones, your magnification lever right here, they're normally just for show. They don't actually do anything. But with this one, it actually works. I've actually thrown this over to the 1x setting. So that's what you're looking at right now. And it's actually on the lowest setting for the red dot. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to crank that up fully so that you can see it. I need you to see that this thing really does work. Just that it's difficult to see it on camera. But here we go. Here it is cranked up. And can you see it there? Can you appreciate that little red dot right there? Now, as you can probably work out for yourself, getting this camera lens to line up with this reticule is proving to be a bit challenging. But trust me when I say, what I can see with my naked eye is a lot better than what you can see on screen. Let me just now turn this to the other direction so that you can see that the green works on this. There you go, can you see that? Lovely. So what I've done here is I've attached my cell phone camera to this ELCAN replica and taken a photo in the dark of what the highest settings look like on the red and the green. So now you can see a lot clearer what it would look like in the dark. And remember, if you want the real deal, which will be of a much far superior quality by ELCAN themselves, it's going to cost you about $2,000. But I tell you what, this replica version, it's a solid build and it's about the same weight as the original. So you have 1x magnification and 4x magnification. Now if you look, because I've got the magnification at its maximum, it's hard to focus on anything because the objects are too close. But if I throw this back to 1x, it's still going to be fairly strong, but you can still appreciate. Let me just get this lined up properly. Boy, you don't know how hard this is doing this in front of a camera lens. But yeah, you can see things a lot better. But again, you wouldn't use a scope for something so close anyway. So you would see through this crystal clear during gameplay because your opponents would be further away. Now, another great thing, like I've shown you already, you've got your little red dot sight on the top here, which you can also use instead of this. So use this section right here, the main part of the scope, if your targets are much further away from you, and this for your closer ones. And as you can see, this is pretty much what you would have on a pistol normally, but it's on this. That's what makes these scopes, styled after the ELCANs, look so awesome. Now earlier on when I showed you these spears, if you're wondering what they are, they're actual spear sights. Because again, you don't have to rely on just this scope or this red dot sight right here. You can actually use its own built-in iron sights. So that's your front sight and that's your peephole rear sight. But of course, if you're going to use these iron sights, you will need to remove your red dot sight. And another great thing about this Airsoft version, your elevation and windage actually work. They're not just for show. So this is where you would adjust all of that, and I'll just show you. This will be your elevation. So if I start to turn this, you will see the entire scope start to raise up from this section right here. And there, look, you can see it's starting to rise. Let me bring it back down. And it's back down again. Awesome. And of course, this will be your windage adjustment, and you can see from the bottom how that would work. So you would use a coin or a big flathead screwdriver to turn that, and you will see, as you can see those gaps right there, the whole body will move from left to right. And it even has that honeycomb style kill flash anti-reflection device. How good that is, I don't know, but it is removable. But when it's attached, it makes it longer than the original. And you've got your quick detach and quick release levers. Look at the size difference when it has the kill flash on. Now, one of my SWAT team of moderators noticed a comment on the video that I did of this sniper rifle a little while ago. One of the comments mentioned that this sniper rifle would probably look a bit cooler if I had a more compact scope or sight on it, rather than this full-size sniper rifle scope. After all, it is the shorter, stubbier Ares Amoeba ASO2 sniper rifle. Well, say no more. Nah, that's what I'm talking about. Now that's what I call tactical. If you like what you see, get down to the video description. There will be a direct link to TACTICALXMEN.com, and on the website itself, if you wait a couple of seconds, a magical 10% discount code will appear from nowhere. Well, last time I checked it did, so get there now. Thanks for watching, and thanks again to TACTICALXMEN.com for hooking me up with this site. Catch you next time on the Airsoft Mike YouTube channel.